These are Minnesota cold cases from 1971 through 1992. Before we go over the cold cases, please make sure that you're following the channel. You give this video a like and you share it out. It not only helps the channel, but it helps spread awareness on these cases. Also, please forgive me for any names that I may mispronounce. Janet Kramer disappeared from Wilmar, Minnesota on January 1st, 1971. She was 13 years old. She would now be 67. She was 5 foot, weighed 120 pounds, with brown hair and hazel eyes. If you have any information, call 320-235-1260. Kevin Aoki disappeared from Sugarbush, Minnesota on September 30th, 1982. He was 3 years old. He would now be 45. He was 4 foot, weighed 50 pounds, with blonde hair and blue eyes. Any information, call 218-751-9111. Noel Daluge disappeared from Aitkin, Minnesota on November 1st, 1986. He was 17 years old. He would now be 55. He was 5'9" and weighed 130 pounds, with blonde hair and blue eyes. Any information, call 218-927-7435. Susan Sweetle disappeared from Lake Elmo, Minnesota on January 19th, 1988. She was 19 years old. She would now be 56. She was 5'9" and weighed 130 pounds, with brown hair and hazel eyes. Any information, call 651-430-7810. Aaron Anderson disappeared from Pine City, Minnesota on April 7th, 1989. He was 1 year old. He would now be 37. He was 2'4" and weighed 32 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. Any information, call 320-629-3930. Amy Pagnick disappeared from Oseo, Minnesota on August 5th, 1989. She was 13 years old. She would now be 48. She was 5 foot, weighed 100 pounds, with brown hair and blue eyes. Any information, call 612-494-6114. Christopher Kersey disappeared from Eagan, Minnesota on April 20th, 1990. He was 17 years old. He would now be 51. He was 5'11" and weighed 135 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. Any information, call 612-454-3900. Victoria Ozinski disappeared from Minneapolis, Minnesota on August 26, 1990. She was 17 years old. She would now be 51. She was 5 foot, weighed 110 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. Any information, call 612-673-2941. Corinne Erstad disappeared from Inver Grove Heights, Minnesota on June 1st, 1992. She was 5 years old. She would now be 37. She was 3'2" and weighed 40 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. Any information, call 651-450-2525. If you have any information on any of these missing persons, please call the number listed with their case.